Hello and welcome to week 2. This video is meant to help you navigate the week 2 module, get a better understanding for how the assignments are going to work, specifically the discussion assignments going forward, and also give you some more information about some of the other resources available to you as you work on this week's assignments. So here we are at our home page for the course. If you're working off of a laptop or a computer workstation, this is what will come up when you click onto our course from your dashboard, your Canvas dashboard. So the easiest way to get to the week 2 module would be to come down and click on the link here under the course schedule. You can also use the modules page here in the course menu to find the necessary pages that you're looking for. The modules page looks something like this. And again, it just has all of the modules available so far, and again through week 2, and then the various pages for the week 2 module. So either way, if you click onto this link here, overview for week 2, or that link from the home page, it will take you to the overview page for week 2. And as we saw with last week, the overview page has an overview of the assignments for the week. It starts off with some information about how to contact me outside of the inbox. So, of course, the inbox is probably the easiest way to get in contact with me if you have a quick question or a concern. But you're also more than welcome to drop by my office from anywhere from 9 to 12 o'clock on Tuesday or Wednesday, or set up a Zoom meeting to meet with me to talk about anything having to do with the course or get some assistance on an assignment. So if we take a look at the assignments for this week, we start off with a couple of informative resource pages that hopefully will help you out as you jump into studying Beowulf and some of the contextual selections connected to it. This first page here, critical reading process, is just to remind you that we should all have a formal reading process, especially when we're trying to get the most out of a reading selection. And so on this page, I give you a pretty basic reading process to help further develop your own, or perhaps maybe add to the one that you have. So probably the most important elements of a critical reading process for the study of literature is to commit to reading a text twice. So read it one time through, get a sense of what you're reading, and then go back in it a second time to really do some more in-depth study, annotating as you go along, and that just means highlighting what you think are important sections or circling key words, and probably most importantly, writing notes to yourself either in the margins of the text or on a separate piece of paper to really engage with the work. So in other words, ask questions, point out anything that you think is confusing or is important to look at later on for further study. Anything that you think would help you better understand the work and get more out of it. So we head back to the overview page. The second page here under assignment 1 is a page that will help you to further analyze a literary work. So if you've taken an introduction to literature course like English 1B, these concepts will be reviewed. But for those of you who have not taken an introduction to literature course, or it's been a while since your high school literature course or high school English course, this page will help you at least get started with how to further analyze a literary work beyond simply just reading it and passively taking in what's happening. And so what it's asking you to do is to isolate specific elements of the literary work for further analysis. In other words, asking questions about the various elements of a literary work, such as the work's plot or the work's narrator, the characters, setting, the language being used, and the work's theme. Asking questions about specific elements of a literary work, again, will help you to find further significance in the work and a better appreciation for the work. Beyond the literary elements that we want to isolate and ask further questions about, we also want to pay attention to our own reading experience. So pay attention as you're reading both the first and second time through a literary work, and just note the reactions that you have to various moments in the work or to various characters. And again, you quickly write down how you're responding, how things have changed over the course of the work. In other words, what were your expectations going into the work? How did your expectations change once you read a little bit? How did they further change as you headed towards the end, etc.? So analyzing your reading experience can also lead to a better understanding of the work and more appreciation for the work. And it'll give you some more things to talk about in our discussion assignment. Beyond that, having an understanding of the historical, cultural, and biographical context of literary work can also be beneficial to helping us understand the significance of a work. So paying attention to these things is also important beyond simply closely reading the text. These last couple of items here, literary criticism and comparing to other literary works, is just yet another way, a further way to engage with the work and get a bit more out of it by finding out what other scholars have said about the work, and then also comparing and contrasting to other similar literary works. All of this can help, again, lead to our understanding of a work, to lead to what the significance of a work might be, and again, further appreciation. So if we go back to the overview page, once you have finished up assignment 1, or again, really these are meant to be more resources as you are working on the literary work for this week. But once you have taken a look at those, then we want to move on to assignment number 2, which is a return to the discussion assignment number 1 forum from last week. So last week we posted a couple of our responses to the discussion assignment 1 forum as the last step of the discussion assignment 1 assignment. And now it's time to head back to that forum, read a few of your classmates' posts, and then reply to 2 of those classmates' posts. And the idea here is just to try to reproduce some of the in-person, in-class discussions that are so important to a literature course. As we read what others how others have responded to a literary work, again, we better understand a work and have a better appreciation for the work, because everybody's going to respond to the work a little bit differently, even when they're responding to the same prompts. So take a look at a few of your classmates' posts and then contribute to their discussion thread. Again, any way you would like to continue the conversation in the form of a reply to 2 of your classmates to finish up discussion assignment 1. Again, this is a required part of discussion assignment 1, and there are points available for this last part of the assignment. All right, so as we head to assignment number 3, we are moving into the literary work itself for the week. So for this week, I'm asking you to read the first 2 sections of Beowulf. Now, Beowulf does have 3 sections. Again, you are more than welcome to read the 3rd section, but it is not part of the required assignment. As usual, these readings, I should say, as last week, these readings are available in PDF form here on the readings page for this week. And again, I'm able to supply these readings to you for this week, but I will not be supplying PDF versions of our readings for next week. So look to secure the textbook as best you can this week. However, if you still haven't been able to secure the textbook by next week, just reach out to me and let me know, and we'll see what we can do to get you the readings for next week. So beyond the 2 sections here for Beowulf, I also have a link to a copy of these first 2 portions, first 2 parts of Beowulf, with the Old English included. So our textbook does not have the original Old English included, but I did find a text online that provides that. So if you're interested in seeing what Old English looks like, what the original Old English looked like for Beowulf, click on to this link and you'll be able to see side-by-side comparison between Old English and the modern translation. Down here at the bottom, I do have, like I did last week, some further resources to contextualize your reading for this week. We do have, out of our library resources, we have a documentary on Beowulf. And what's great about this particular documentary is that the first few minutes of the documentary, they recite Beowulf in the original Old English. So if you want to hear what Beowulf might have sounded like to those who were listening to it as an oral tale, go ahead and take a look at this documentary. And again, it's an hour-long documentary that has lots of good information about the context of this first English literary work. Beyond that, I have a couple of articles by pretty famous people, one by J.R.R. Tolkien, the other by Toni Morrison, both doing some literary analysis of Beowulf. So if you want a little more of a modern interpretation of Beowulf, have a look at these two, and they may help you further down the line too as you continue to work with this text. And then the last two links here, we've got one from the British Museum that just has an exhibit that they have at the museum with various Anglo-Saxon artifacts that date around the time of Beowulf. So if you want to see the kinds of items that Beowulf and his contemporaries talk about in the poem, because some of these artifacts are extremely important to the story and to their values, take a look at this site for some of those artifacts. And then finally down here we have a link to the University of Kentucky's Electronic Beowulf, which is just another great resource for this text, including it has images of more of the images of the Beowulf manuscript, which again is up here at the top, and then also a full audio version of it in Old English, but lots of other resources for this text. All right, so if we head back to the overview to wrap things up here this week, we do have the first half of discussion assignment 2 for this week. So like we did last week, I've got a series of prompts here at the bottom for Beowulf. And so once you have read Beowulf, the last part for this week would be to respond to these directed prompts as a way, again, to better understand the work and also get some ideas, some of your own interpretations and your own ideas down in written form. Now, like it says here, though, you do not have to submit your responses to Beowulf this week. Going forward, each of our discussion assignments will capture 2 weeks worth of our reading and writing. So hold on, so respond to these prompts for Beowulf this week, and then just hold on to those responses. And then next week, you'll get more readings and more prompts, and then once you respond to the prompts for next week, you'll gather up your responses for this week and for next week, and you'll submit both of them together as discussion assignment 2 by Tuesday, February 18th. Monday is a holiday. Normally we will have our deadlines on Monday, but because Monday is a holiday, our deadline will be on Tuesday. So once again, read Beowulf, respond to the prompts, but you do not have to submit anything to the course site this week. You'll be submitting these responses next week as part of discussion assignment number 2. All right, so that's it for this week. If you have any questions or concerns about any of the assignments this week, don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck and enjoy Beowulf.